Hey, happy Wednesday, and welcome back to Writer's Workshop. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to add more detail to your writing by bringing the inside out. And so, of course, what does that even mean? Well, all that means is to take what's inside you, what you're thinking and you're feeling, and include that in your stories. Let me move past that one. And yeah, so we're going to be talking about how we feel in two different ways, right? We're going to be talking about what do we literally feel? What is our sense of touch, our sense of taste, our hearing? What do we see? So, all the things that make up our senses. But also, how do we feel in our hearts? Okay. So right here, we've got a great example from, of course, my favorite book, Jabari Jumps, where the author, Guy Cornwell, is really thinking about, what is Jabari feeling in his body, right? And we're talking, you guys remember this one from yesterday. He's taking that deep breath in. He can feel his breath all the way from the top of his head to the tip of his toes. But then she also does two things here, right? She talks more about feelings, this time, the feelings that are inside of our hearts. And she shows those feelings by talking about what Jabari and his dad were thinking about. So here we have an example where he says, Jabari's dad says to him, it's okay to be a little scared. Sometimes he feels scared too, so talking about feelings, but also showing what his dad is thinking. So how do we do it in our own stories? I went back into my story from earlier this week and I thought, how can I include more details about what I'm feeling? So here we go. The beginning, right? This is what it looked like when I left off. But then, and I had to use an editing strip because I didn't have enough room. I talked about how when I was walking down the street and walking fast and I could feel my heart, that the air was really cool on my face and I was feeling really happy to feel outside, to be outside, So I talked about both kinds of my feelings there, what I was sensing and how that was making me feel. Then, I tried to do it in the middle part too. Let's see what happened. This is my middle before I went back in and added even more details about what I was thinking and feeling. So remember, this is the part where the butterfly was sitting on the flower, opening and closing its wings slowly. I went back in and I thought, what was I thinking? Oh, yeah. I was thinking about how it looked like a dragon scale, like those wings were glistening like they were made out of metal in the sunlight. And I really wanted to touch it. That was what I was thinking. Let me touch it. But I didn't. And you know me, I had to go in and try it at the end also, just to see if I couldn't find like a little teeny bit more to write. So here's what I had before. Remember when I walked past the butterfly, it started following me and my neighbor noticed and it followed me all the way home. I thought, what more could I possibly add? How did I feel about that? It made me feel really lucky to have seen something so beautiful, and then, of course, to have that butterfly follow me for a little while. So that's just how I added my feelings and my thoughts into my story. I know you're going to have a really easy time today thinking about how to add your own thoughts and your own feelings into your story. Did you guys notice how not only is my story getting longer and having more details, but the illustrations do too? Yeah. So I always try to just sketch out when I'm writing sort of the first day that I'm writing a new story. I don't want to add too many details because as I go, I'm going to remember more and I want lots of room to include more details both in my picture and of course in my writing. So today I want you to see how you could add more detail to your story, both the writing and the drawing, by thinking about how you were feeling then and what you were thinking. Go ahead and get your writing out. Try to go back into an older story today. Write for 15 minutes, take a quick break, go back in, work on your illustrations, or add a little bit more writing if you still have more of that to do. Can't wait to see what your stories look like, and I bet your teachers can't either. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.